is back to class today for 500,000 public school students across BC. The 3-month strike by their instructors shut down classrooms for a total of 5 teaching weeks. For more on how parents and kids are handling the return to school, let's start things off with Greg Harper live in downtown Vancouver's West End. Greg.
Good morning, Kyle. A new routine for families begins this morning. I'm just outside Lord Roberts Elementary in Vancouver, where, of course, it will be busy today. The extended summer vacation, one that lasted over 3 months, one that was extremely difficult for many families, is over. But yesterday it was about enjoying the final day of a summer vacation. And we talked to a number of parents who are preparing for what will be a hectic week, but they're also glad that they will be returning to some sort of normalcy.
We did try and do the homeschool thing, which is actually quite a bit of work for someone who doesn't know how to teach children. But we're excited, I think. I think they're excited. I'm excited.
And with it being back to school, drivers are being reminded to be extra cautious. There will be many that are going to school for the first time. Kindergartners, children perhaps running on the road, so be aware of that. Also, school zone speed limits in effect Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The speed limit, of course, 30 kilometers an hour. It will be busy today for sure. Kyle?
Busy, but a good reminder for sure. Greg Harper joining us live in downtown Vancouver this morning. Now, classroom preparations had to be done pretty quickly here after teachers voted to ratify their new contract last week. For more on that, let's head out to Port Coquitlam. Don Chubey joins us with more on how schools have managed to get ready for the big day. Don.
Yeah, you know, and here at Pitt River Middle School, in about 3 hours, expected to be bustling with grades 7s and 8s as they get ready for a shortened day. The teachers will have a staff meeting later this afternoon, but really a similar story across all the school districts, or at least most of them, as they get ready again to take attendance, orientate the students, and of course organize timetables. Now, we know there's a lot of excitement, but you can imagine a lot of stress on the part of students and teachers after the lengthy dispute.
The excitement piece is bringing the children back and get ready and start learning something. At the same time, trying to get all the other administrative stuff and the management piece behind the scene work done at the same time. So I think that's where the anxiety and the excitement, it's almost like a dichotomy of the two.
It's been confirmed the school year won't be extended to make up for time lost during the strike. Education Minister Peter Fassbender says he's confident teachers will be able to provide students with the education they need despite missing the first 3 weeks of the year. He did say there could be some flexibility for grades 11 and 12 writing their exams.
Having to make up all that and balance all that with 3 weeks of school time lost, I think stress levels will just be at a really high this year, especially for those senior students who their workload is a little bit more than, you know, the younger kids.
You know, and for those students, parents, and of course the teachers, Kyle, everyone just excited, I imagine, to get things back to normal. We're going to make our way inside the school coming up in the next half hour.
A big day for everyone involved with education in this province. Don Chubey joining us live in Poco this morning. Well, he helped bring an end to the teacher strike. Now another group of workers are putting a labor dispute into his hands. Vince Reddy has been appointed mediator in the long-running standoff between workers and management at the IKEA location in Richmond. The two sides met last week for the first time in 9 months. They're scheduled for meetings tomorrow and Wednesday. Pickets first went up 16 months ago after workers rejected a deal on wages, benefits, and permanent staffing positions. Less than a week after she was found dead, police have made an arrest in the murder of Surrey teenager Serena Vermeersch. A male has been charged and remains in custody this morning. He has not been identified because of a publication ban. More details are expected at a news conference this morning. Surrey RCMP have called Serena's murder a random crime of opportunity. The 17-year-old's body was found near train tracks in East Newton hours after she was reported missing. Police responded by asking members of the public to be vigilant and to avoid walking alone. More information is also expected later today on another Surrey homicide. This one happened just after midnight on Saturday morning at 146th Street and 83A Avenue. A man was reportedly shot and killed while driving a pickup truck which crashed into his car. It's believed the attack was targeted. World leaders gather tomorrow in New York City for a conference on climate change. They'll have plenty to consider after huge rallies all over the world. Right here in Vancouver, hundreds of people turned up in the downtown core. They're concerned about the the impacts of global climate change on the environment. They're also worried about major oil projects in BC, like Northern Gateway and expansion plans for the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Demonstrators are not happy with Prime Minister Stephen Harper, who has chosen to skip the UN conference.
I don't want my granddaughter 50 years from now standing in this exact spot fighting to protect her land, her water, and her air. We can do that now.
It's hoped the UN summit will lay the groundwork for a treaty by the end of next year aimed at controlling the world's temperatures.